Hello, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena and let's deal my TBR. So guys, filming 2 videos back to back. Who is she? Yes guys, hopefully I'm sticking with my goals and actually posting consistently in 2025. Again, apologies for the voice because getting over a cold, so not quite 100% my normal voice. So I am going to be playing my TBR game, which is Deal My TBR. There is a few amendments I'll be letting you know that I've made to some of the prompts. I'll be taking you through my winterween TBR because I'm taking part in that this year. It is on the 10th of January. I love taking part in winterween. I always enjoy the reading. It helped me find my first 5-star last year, hopefully be the same this year as well. So yeah, we're going to be taking you through these books. I'm going to kick it off with my winterween TBR first of all, and then I'll take you through the slight changes to my Deal My TBR game, and then through the rest of my TBR. So the prompts for winterween, and I will give a link to Gabby's video announcing it, is read a book in the dark or at night, read a horror or thriller book, read a book with a house on the cover or in the title, read a horror book published 5 or more years ago, and read a novella, manga, or listen to a spooky audiobook. As usual with my TBRs, I try and pick books that cover multiple ones, so if I don't read all the books that are on my list to read, I can still tick off all the prompts because doubling up, tripling up is allowed. So first up is I have One by One by Frida McFadden. I am going to use the audiobook for this one from Everend because it is on there. I read a few of her books. I want to continue on reading them. I find that they're always quick, fast, easy to get through. I'm kind of used to the format at this point, so we'll see how I'll get on with this one. The audiobook's 6 hours 40 minutes, so I should get through that quite quickly. So yeah, that obviously is going to tick off listening to a spooky audiobook, read a thriller. I could maybe do it at dark at the night, only that audiobook, it depends how I feel. And also house on the cover because it has a house on the cover. So yeah, like I said, it's thriller. This one, a night spent sleeping on dirt and leaves is not how Claire Matchett expected to spend her vacation. She thought that this would be a break from the stresses of work and raising her young children, a chance to repair her damaged marriage, a week of hiking on hot tubs with 2 other couple friends. It sounded like heaven. Then Claire's minivan breaks down on a lonely dirt road. With no cell reception, the group has no choice but to hike the rest of the way to their hotel. But it turns out the woods aren't as easy to navigate as they thought. Hours later, they're lost, hopelessly lost, and as they navigate deeper into the woods, the members of the party are struck down mysteriously one by one. Has a wild animal been hunting them, or is the hunter one of them? But as more time passes, one thing becomes clear, is only one of them will return home alive. I love that this is given Agatha Christie vibes. So yes, which I loved that book. So we'll see how I'll get on with this one. But yeah, using the classic kind of trope one by one, somebody getting taken out. So we'll see, yeah. Then the next one on my TBR for winterween is Cold as Hell, and this is by an Icelandic author. Last year I read The Darkness, Ragnar Johannesson, who is also an Icelandic author. It was my first 5-star read of 2024. Loved it, incredible. So I want to have another Icelandic thriller, noir book on my TBR as well this year because they seem to go well. Also, cold vibes, it's winterween, perfect. So this one is a thriller, so it would help me tick off that prompt. It doesn't exactly work so much for other ones unless I choose just to read it at night. But this is about Icelandic sisters Aurora and Ísafold. They live in different countries and aren't on speaking terms, but when their mother loses contact with Ísafold, Aurora reluctantly returns to Iceland to find her sister. But soon she realises that her sister isn't avoiding her, she's disappeared without a trace. As she confronts Ísafold's abusive drug-dealing boyfriend, Bjorn, and begins to probe her sister's reclusive neighbours who gave their own reasons for staying out of sight, Aurora is led into an ever-dark web of intrigue and manipulation. Baffled by the conflicting details of her sister's life and blinded by the shivering bright midnight sun of Icelandic summer, Aurora enlists the help of police officer Daniel as she tries to track her sister's movements and begins to tail Bjorn, but she isn't the only one watching. It sounds super interesting. It has good ratings on Goodreads, so hopefully I'll really enjoy it and maybe get a 5-star out of it. Then I have The Dollhouse, a short story by Lisa Unger. And I actually saw this in Gabby's TBR video. It's on Prime, so I get it free through my Prime subscription. It's a short story, so which would help tick off the short story one. It's a horror book, again, help tick off the horror prompt as well. So this is about a withered mother mother who's ready to give a love another chance moves into her fiance's old family home with her teenage daughter, but as they try to build a future together, the past refuses to let go in this haunting short story. I don't want to go too much further into the synopsis because with it being a short story, I feel like sometimes the synopsis give a little bit too much details, but I'm intrigued to see what this one has. Since it's a short story, I think it would be perfect for reading at night as well. Then as well, one that would help me tick off horror published more than 5 years ago is 1922 by Stephen King. So it's in this collection I have here of his books. It's not too long. Again, could probably read it at night if I wanted to as well. I know that there's the Netflix film. I have attempted to read this before, but I never got around to it. It was on a TBR for something, but I never got to it. But yeah, I believe this is the one that's a Nebraskan farmer. Turning point comes when his wife threatens to sell the family homestead. So yeah, I'm intrigued. It's not too long. So yeah, that's kind of like all like my hopefuls for Winterween. Might be a little bit ambitious, we'll see, which is why I like to have them taken off multiple prompts, but hopefully they'll be really good. So let's get into deal my TBR. So there's a couple of changes that I've made. So the 2 of clubs, sorry, I'm looking at the screen here. The 2 of clubs is I've changed from 24 and 24 to 25 and 25. Simple, makes sense. And then for Ace, which is across all the suits, I've changed it from Buzzwordathon to Read Around the World. So it'll be a book that I have not read from my Reading Around the World challenge. I decided to change that one. Whilst I did Buzzwordathon last year, and I did 11 out of 12. There was one that I ended up not doing. I just felt like I was not actively kind of paying attention to it that much in terms of my reading throughout the year. If I saw, every now and again I'll be like, oh, let me check if there's any books that I read that I actually ticked any of those off. So yeah, I feel like I wasn't very actively participating, even though I did end up doing the majority of the prompts. I just think Read Around the World would work much better. The second kind of element with my TBR game, oh, if you don't know, I deal cards and I pick out whatever the card is, it goes with the prompt. I forgot to mention that. And what I did last year, I was just like, I'm gonna give a monetary value to each of these cards, and you know, I'll try and make up poker suits, and you know, it'll be made up of money. That didn't work out because I realized around about November when I was like, oh, maybe I should actually look at what ones I have actually read. I was very terrible at this game last year, and I quickly realized that there's a lot of combinations and that was not going to work because I need to put suits together to see their values to work out how much money I could then spend on a book haul. I also realised that, to be honest with you, last year I didn't go crazy on book buying. If I want to buy books, I'm going to buy a book. I don't think I'm going to wait till the end of the year and go crazy. I still have a gift card that I actually need to use that I was given last year as well, so book shopping video coming at some point. But yes, I don't think it really works well for me. So one of my rules with this game is that I need to read at least 50% of the book in the month. What I'm going to add, rather than having like, I think I still need to work at the reward element, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below because I need a little bit of help because I don't know how to do a reward. But in terms of punishment, what I'm going to be adding is if I don't read 50% of the book on my TBR within the month that I've drawn that card, then it'll add an extra card draw for the following month. So yeah, got that. But like I said, in terms of like rewards, I have no idea what I'm going to do. So yeah, let me know. So let's just get into it. Let's shuffle those cards and pick out the first prompt. So 9 of clubs, which is the prompt audiobook. So guys, I am gonna help myself and use One by One by Frida McFadden, which is the audiobook I've chosen for Winterween. You know, it's the first month of the year. I don't want to go crazy in the pressure. So we're doubling up a little bit here. So yeah, that was nice, simple and easy. Okay, so a 6 of diamonds. The prompt is place in the title, and I've chosen The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foyle. I have had this on my TBR as like one I want to read for absolute ages. Finally gonna get around to it now. I've gotten the audiobook from my library and it's just come through today, so yay. So I've got the audiobook, which actually, looking at this, I could also use this during Winterween if I want to as well. So yeah, obviously Paris is in the title, is a place, so taking place in Paris. So welcome to number 12 Rue des Amants. I do not speak French, guys, so my pronunciation is off. Also, my voice is not great, so please forgive me. It is a beautiful old apartment block, far from the glittering lights of the Eiffel Tower and the bustling banks of the Seine, where nothing goes unseen and everyone has a story to unlock. The watchful concierge, the scorned lover, the prying journalist, the naive student, the unwanted guest. There was a murder here last night. A mystery lies behind the door of apartment 3. Who holds the key? I really enjoyed the Lucy Foley books that I've read so far, like the mystery thriller element, and it's always kind of that locked room kind of vibe. So you know, it's always somebody within this part of the, well, in this case the building, or you know, island or whatever it is. So yeah, I think it'll be really good. Okay, the Seven of Spades, and the prompt for this is BIPOC author, involving BIPOC characters. That is the prompt of this one. So I've chosen Ring Shout. Again, this has been on my TBR for forever. I'm like, I'm gonna get to it, and it's on Everend. I have a subscription to Everend. There is literally no excuse for me not to have picked this up before. It's a relatively short audiobook as well. It's 5 hours and 36 minutes, but I just love the premise of this one, and I hope that it hits the mark of the premise, because like, it sounds so promising, and I just hope it hits the mark that I think it will. This one is an alternative history type kind of vibe, fantasy. I think there's some other elements in there in terms of tropes and themes. It is 1915. The birth of a nation casts a spell across America, swelling the clan's rants and drinking deep from the darkest thoughts of white folks. All across a nation they ride, spread fear and violence among the vulnerable. They plan to bring hell to earth, but even Ku Kluxes can't die. I'm not gonna go straight into like the full synopsis. So it involves the Ku Klux Klan, who aren't, there's some sort of twist with them, some supernatural element. So they're not the Ku Klux Klan that does exist in the world as we know it. There is an element of twist. They are going to be resistance fighters. It sounds very interesting, the premise of this one, and I want to see how it kind of pans out. Okay, the Ten of Clubs, a new author, and I've chosen Cold as Hell by Leah, and I'm not too sure exactly how to pronounce her surname. But yes, I've never read any books by her, so obviously this is from my winterween TBR, so I think it'll be really good. You know, like I said, I really want to expand my horizons, reading books from different authors, so this is a great prompt, and I hope it comes up more in the year so I can discover lots of new authors. Obviously not going to take you through the premise again, but yes, looking forward to it. So the King of Diamond, the suit doesn't matter in this case. It is the same prompt across all the kings, and that is free pick. We love a free pick, and I've chosen How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kirsten Perrin. This is an arc I got a while ago that I should have read. I haven't. I'm trying to work my way through my NetGalley arcs, guys. So this is actually an audio version arc that I got. I love an audiobook, So this is like a mystery book, mystery thriller, and it takes across, the story kind of goes across 2 timelines. It's 1965, and you have teenager Frances Adams. It is set at in the English countryside, and it's about, that timeline is taking us through Frances's like teenage years, youth, building up to something which we are kind of looking back from the present. The chapters of Frances at a certain point get told through it's told through her diary entries, which somebody does end up reading during the mystery element. In the 1965 timeline, she was given a fortune, and this fortune has led her to like kind of follow it throughout her whole lives. Part of it is that ultimate ending of the fortune is that she will be murdered. So her whole life she's always on the watch out for the elements of this fortune to come true, also trying to work out who is going to be her murderer. Obviously the murder in the book is her murder, and it is trying to be solved by the police and by some relatives who stand the chance to inherit the estate if they're able to solve her murder. One of whom, the people that are trying to solve it, is Annie Adams, and Frances is her great aunt. She was summoned to a meeting, so when she's summoned to this meeting on that day that her aunt is found dead, murdered. We are following it from Annie's point of view, and she's trying to solve it, whilst obviously there are these other people in play trying to solve it as well. Not so much about the money for her. She just likes the idea of being able to like solve this mystery. And yeah, it sounds really good, really intriguing, and love a good mystery, especially this time of year. I just love them. I don't know why. So yeah, that's it. That is all of the prompts that I've pulled for my TBR this month. Hopefully I'll get through all these books. Let me know if you think any particular ones that I'm gonna love, or if you've read and really enjoyed them or didn't like them. Leave that comment down below. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any more content from me, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!